Myself, Abuli Rajesh Shende from Group CZ. My environment topic is biomedical waste and management. What is biomedical waste? Definition: waste generated during the diagnosis, testing, treatment, research, or production and biological products for human or animals. World Health Organization states that 85% of hospital waste are actually non-hazardous, whereas 10% are infectious and 5% are non-infectious, but they are included in hazardous waste. About 15 to 35% of hospital waste is regulated as infectious waste. This range is dependent on the total amount of waste generated. Biomedical waste are divided into two parts, that are non-hazardous, which are 75 to 90%, and hazardous, that are 10 to 25%. Hazardous waste also are divided into two parts, that are first infectious, in which there are non-sharps, sharps, plastic disposable, liquid waste. Then other hazardous, radioactive waste, discarded glass, pressurized container, chemical waste, cytotoxic waste. Classification of biomedical waste. The World Health Organization has classified medical waste into 8 categories. Number 1, general waste, then pathological, radioactive, chemical, infectious to potentially infectious waste, sharps, pharmaceuticals, pressurized container. Source of biomedical waste. Major sources are hospitals, labs, research centers, animal research, blood banks, nursing homes. Minor sources: clinics, dental clinics, home care, cosmetic clinics, paramedics, and funeral services. Problems related to biomedical waste. A major issue: some hospitals are disposing of waste in haphazard, improper, and indiscriminate manner. Lack of segregation practice result in mixing of hospital waste with general waste, making the whole waste streams hazardous. Inappropriate segregation ultimately result in incorrect method of waste disposal. Inadequate biomedical waste management thus will cause environmental pollution, unpleasant smell, growth and multiplication of vectors like insects, rodents, and typhoid, cholera, hepatitis through the injuries from syringes and needle which are contaminated. Various communicable diseases which spread through water, sweat, blood, body fluids, and contaminated organs are important to be prevented. The biomedical waste scattered in and around the hospital invite flies, insects, rodents, cats, dogs are responsible for the spread of communication diseases like plague and rabies. Rag pickers in the hospital sorting out the garbage are at the risk of getting tetanus. Need of biomedical waste management in hospitals. Reason due to which there is a great need of management of hospitals were such as injuries from sharps leading to infections to all categories of hospital, personnel and waste handler. Nosocomial infectious in patients from poor infections control practices and poor waste management. Risk of infection outside hospitals for waste handlers and scavengers and at times general public living in the vicinity of hospital. Risk associated with hazardous chemicals, drugs to person handling waste at all levels. Disposable being repacked and sold by unscrupulous element without even being washed. Drugs which have been disposed of being repacked and sold off to unsuspecting buyers. Risk of air, water and soil pollution directly due to the waste or due to defective incineration emission of ash. Waste management hierarchy. Biomedical waste management process. The hospital waste like body parts, organ, tissues, blood and body fluids along with the soiled linen, cotton, bandage and plaster cast from infected and contaminated areas are very essential to be properly collected, segregated, stored, transported, treatment and disposed of in safe manner to prevent nosocomial or hospitals acquired infections. Waste collection, segregation, transportation and storage, treatment and disposal, transport to final disposal site, final disposal. Types of biomedical waste. Waste categories. There are 10 and type of waste, in which there is human anatomical waste, animal waste, microbiological and biotechnology waste, waste sharps, discarded medicine and cytotoxic drug, soiled waste, solid waste, liquid waste, incineration, ash and chemical waste. Transportation. Untreated biomedical waste shall be transported only in specially designed vehicles. The waste should be transported for treatment either in trolley or covered wheelbarrows. Manual loading should be avoided as far as possible. The bags container containing biomedical waste should be tied lidded before the transportation. Before transporting the bag containing biomedical waste, it should be accompanied with a signed document by nurse doctor mentioning date, shift, quantity and destination. Special vehicles must be used as to prevent the access to and direct contact with the waste by the transportation operators, the scavengers and the public. The transport content should be properly enclosed. The effects of traffic accident should be considered in the design, and the driver must be trained in the procedures he must follow in case of accidental spillage. It should also be possible to wash the interior of the containers thoroughly. Personal safety devices. The use of protective gear should be made mandatory for all the personal handling waste. There are gloves, heavy duty rubber gloves. These should be bright yellow in color. After handling the waste, the gloves should be washed twice. The gloves should be washed after every use with carbolic soap and as disinfectant. The size should fit the operator. Aprons, gowns, suits, or other apparels. Apparel is worn to prevent contamination of clothing and protect skin. Masks. Various types of masks, goggles, and face shields are worn alone or in combination to provide a protective barrier. It is mandatory for the personnel working in the incinerator chamber to wear a mask covering both nose and mouth, preferably gas mask with filters. Boots, leg covering boots or shoe cover provide greater protection to the skin when splashes or large quantities of infected waste have to be handled. The boots should be rubber soled and anti-skid type. They should cover the leg up to the ankle. Biomedical waste treatment and disposal. Incineration technology. This is the high temperature thermal process employing combustion of the waste under controlled condition for converting them into inert material and gases. Incinerators can be oil fired or electrically powered or a combination thereof. Broadly, three types of incinerator are used for the hospital waste: multiple heart type, rotary kiln, and controlled air types. Non-incineration technology. Non-incineration treatment includes for basic processes thermal, chemical, irradiative, and biological. The majority of non-incineration technology employ the thermal and chemical processes. The main purpose of treatment technology is to decontaminate waste by destroying pathogens. Autoclaving. The process involves using steam at high temperature. These are also of three types: gravity type, pre-vacuum type, and autoclave treatment has been recommended for microbiology and biotechnology waste sharps, soiled and solid waste. This technology renders certain categories mentioned in the rules of biomedical waste unconscious and unrecognizable so that the treated residue can be landfilled. Microwave irradiation. The microwave is based on the principle of generation of high frequency waves. These waves cause the particles within the waste material to vibrate, generating heat. This heat generated from within kills all pathogens. Benefits of biomedical waste management: cleaner and healthier surrounding, reduction in the incidence of hospitals acquired and general infectious, reduction in the cost of infectious control within the hospital, low incidence of community and occupational health hazard, improved imagine of healthcare establishment and increase the quality of life. Conclusion: medical waste should be classified according to their source, typology and risk factor associated with their handling, storage and ultimate disposal. Proper disposal of the waste, scientifically manage growing quantities of biomedical waste beyond past practices. If we want to protect our environmental health of community, we must sensitize ourselves to the important issues not only in the interest of health managers but also in the interest of community. Thank you.